Good Friday, everybody. Welcome to another edition of our Facebook Live here at Hot Shot Secret. Kyle Fisher, Director of Marketing.
Eric Trumbull, Marketing Coordinator.
Absolutely. This is our 31st episode.
31.
And
First episode of March.
First episode of March, which means spring is close.
Yeah.
19. It says 19 days.
I've been
here.
counting it down. 19 days.
So someone started the countdown. I guess off the top, we should show our latest products from the marketing department.
Yeah.
Which are disinfecting wipes and tissues, because our entire department has been sick all week.
It's been fun.
It has been fun. We got a lot of work done, though. It's been
Surprisingly,
a good week.
yeah.
So, as always, make sure you post comments below. It's Free Product Friday, so we're going to give some free product away.
I wonder which product.
I wonder which. You can probably tell by now. And like and share the video. We'll be answering your questions. Click the little bell so you get the reminder on our live feeds that we're on every Friday at 3 o'clock. Today we're going to be talking about FR3 Friction Reducer.
Yeah, not disinfecting wipes.
But we got to keep them close just in case. We'll be covering some frequently asked questions, recap what's going on here at Hot Shot Secret this week, and we got a special guest again.
Another one. Back-to-back weeks.
Back-to-back weeks we have a special guest.
Yeah.
So we like it because this is fun to do, but it's great when people come in. So we're not going to tell you who it is yet. They're just off camera. And we'll bring him on here in just a little bit.
We did have a bit of an audience, but as soon as we went live, they just
Everyone goes.
scattered away.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but anyway.
So what's going on with the web, Eric?
Tax refund special has been going on. Just got extended a couple days, so go online, spend $50, get a free product of your choice. We got Diesel Extreme or our new gun oil.
Okay.
Added at checkout, so spend $50, get a free bottle. Of course, email, newsletter, free updates and specials. So
The updates are free.
Yeah.
They're free updates. You subscribe to the email newsletter.
Yeah, you get them for free.
We will not
We don't
charge you for the updates.
No tax.
So let's see another news. TV this week we got Truck U on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. on MotorTrend. We had a tech tip on TBN booster. So
Chris's favorite product.
And Chris is still gone. He's still down in Florida, but
Yeah.
this is he should be back next week. So hopefully, if he's tuned in, I'm sure he'll be excited to see we got a TBN booster episode. Truck Tech 10:30 a.m. on Sunday.
Yep.
This week at LSI, what's been going on?
Besides everybody's
been sick. That's literally a bullet on here.
That's the big thing. Also, new article up on the website: 5 tips to avoid failing a big rig emission test.
Cool. Yeah, we've been really adding a lot of that content lately. They're really good reads. I think this one was Caleb Matzke from Matzke Diesel in Monroe, Wisconsin. One of our independent dealers out there helped us out with this article, gave his input on it, and really helped us out. It's a good read. It's on our website. If you go to articles, drop that down, you'll punch articles, and you'll see.
It'll be the first one.
It'll be the first one up right now. And once you read it, keep reading if you haven't caught up on the ones before. We also post them on our social media pages too. So really good reads. Just trying to kind of like what we do here on Friday. We just want to kind of educate our customers a little bit, answer those questions they have. If you've been reading those articles, you have questions about them. You post them up today. When we'll take our stab at trying to answer them.
Absolutely.
So what else is going on? We got the tax refund special they mentioned.
Talked about it.
Yep. Oh, we got a couple big events next week.
Yeah, next week I'm excited for this one, Suncoast Shakedown out of Florida.
Yep.
8th and 9th of March in Holt, Florida at the Emerald Coast Dragway. We kind of came on board a bit late to this, but we're super excited to be sponsors. We're gold sponsor and left lane sponsor, so we're excited about that.
This is Ryan Milliken right here. He's helping me out with the lane sponsorship. So shout out to Ryan. He's been really helpful with that. And BD Diesel has got the right lane.
Yep.
Georgina out there at BD's been a big help too. So we're looking forward to really painting those lanes well, and it's going to be a good time. I know everybody's had the winter blues and had the trucks. Everyone's been building. Everyone's been wondering what people have been doing. There's going to be some surprises out there. A lot of people that aren't quite done yet are going to get them out there and get them tested and stuff. So
Suncoast has been teasing everybody. If you're on their Facebook, they keep posting beautiful sunsets and the ocean.
Yeah, which we all could use right now.
Yeah.
But so we're really looking forward to that.
Next weekend, it's Friday and Saturday. We'll have Big Country TJ will be down there.
Yep.
And Kevin. we'll try to
Kevin
talk
from
him
R&D,
into-
which he's going down to the Suncoast Research Lab.
Yep.
Which is going to be Wednesday and Thursday, I believe. Yeah, Wednesday and Thursday. So Kevin's looking forward to that. Yeah, I mean, Suncoast, they're really good with those transmissions and whatnot. So he's going to take advantage of that research lab, and TJ's going to go see some of his dealers down there in Florida, and then Friday, Saturday comes race time and time to get back to the track.
Hopefully this time next week we'll get TJ to go live from the track.
Yeah, so next Friday, tune in. It'll probably be not from cold Ohio, but from sunny Florida, hopefully.
Yeah.
So, and maybe we'll get you some live track views and what's going on down there at the Suncoast Spring Shakedown.
So what else happened around here?
Also next week I'll be in Texas. We got a big show.
Yes.
Actually, it's called The Big Show, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So it's Keystone's big event down there, just outside of Dallas. I'm going down with Brian Mers, our outside sales director that handles our retail accounts. And we will have Emily Moeller in our booth with her big old pole truck, and she'll be there Friday night and Saturday morning signing autographs. So anybody down there in the Texas area, stop by the big show. What's it called? Where's the place called?
The Gaylord?
Gaylord Convention, or Resort. Gaylord Resort. Looks like a really nice place. I hear it's really nice. So we're looking forward to going down there. And we're pretty new with Keystone. We're really excited about that relationship. So we're excited to have Emily out there and have her truck out there, and it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I'm glad to at least get out of Ohio. I may not be Florida, but I'll take that Texas one too.
Texas would be nice.
I'll
too.
take either one of them. So maybe I'll try to go live next week. The show won't be going on at this time, but maybe
Maybe we could do a double episode. We'll go live from Florida
and then go live from Texas.
a couple hours later. Yeah.
And maybe I could do like one of those walk-arounds. It's kind of like at SEMA when nobody's there yet, because it'll be hours before the doors open. I'll give you a sneak peek of the event. So
That'd be good.
we'll see if we can do that next week. So tune in next week. We might be on the road for that. And what else we got?
Shipping and operations. February was round of applause.
Thank you.
They had a busy month. They got everything shipped out.
Yeah, we had a busy month. Plus, we had a lot of stuff for a lot of our sponsored drivers getting all their oils and products out.
It's that time of the year.
Everyone's getting their builds ready. So, and just getting the stuff out for these two events next week. We're on top of it, on top of what they do every day. So, big thanks to our own shipping and operations department. We appreciate that. What's up in R&D?
This is exciting. We kept going back and forth whether we should even talk about this or not.
All right.
But, so we got, I don't even know, maybe like a 2007 Ford Escape, something like that. Chris's old car or kid's car or something. But we drained all the oil out. We put in some of our own 0W8 oil.
0W8, wait.
Yeah. So put that in. We've been running it for, I don't know, a couple weeks now. We've been checking to see how it holds up. So far, it's been so good. Oil pressure's held steady. Fuel economy's gone up about 2%. So far, so good.
Good. And how long's it been? Two weeks?
Yeah, about 2 weeks probably.
So that test will continue, and we're excited to see what we can do with this low weight oil. We've kind of discussed a little bit in the past. Kind of ties into the FR3 a little bit as well. One of our secret sauces in the FR3, one of the three patented technologies in there, our nanocarbons in there, can really do some cool stuff with protecting a motor, which normally you need a heavier weight oil to do, but the lighter weight oil allows you to get more efficiency, more power out of the motor. So if we can protect the motor with some of the nanocarbons and allow it to run a lighter weight oil, we can see these increased economy and whatnot. So we're really excited at what kind of doors this can open, and we're just at the right at the beginning stages of kind of getting some real world testing done on it. We've already got some good lab testing. Yeah. It's what we do. Lab test. Now we're taking it out on the road, putting in some real applications, and we'll just keep going from there as the science leads us. So we're excited about that. Are you gonna call it R&D for that one?
Yeah, we tasked R&D. We was like, can you guys come up with a really cool experiment we can do live on Facebook, and they failed.
They failed.
We don't have anything exciting.
Nope. Except right before we went on, all of a sudden, since I have a special guest here,
Aaron
does a live thing for him. We're like, why didn't you do that here? So we decided we're going to call out R&D for that. So again, post your questions below. We'll get to those. And how about some shout outs to some new Hotshot Secret dealers across the country?
Yeah, first up, Fat Boys. I love the name. Fat Boys, Dayton, Ohio.
Awesome, with a Z.
Yeah.
Welcome aboard, Fat Boys. We appreciate it.
We got Watson Diesel in Jackson, Michigan. Monarch Diesel, Levington, New Mexico. And then we got, this is a long name, the Mower Shop Ag Repair and Diesel Performance in Milan, Missouri. Knight Trucking in Lebo, Kansas. Summit Diesel in Weatherford, Texas. And side note, so we got Summit Diesel in Texas. Shout out to those guys. We also got some new news from Summit Racing.
Yeah, we're on the shelf now at Summit Racing, which is we're really happy about. They're we got picked up last year by Summit Racing, and we've been online, full product line. They brought the
race
whole
oil, everything.
boat. I mean, if any product we have, they brought online, and we just found out this week that they've got us on the shelf, and they sent us a nice picture, nice end cap, top row, big chunk of our product line. So we're really excited. Thanks to all the guys out there at Summit Racing. Which, little side note, I should give Andrew. Andrew, I don't know if he's in. He tends to chime in on Fridays, but Andrew Schenk over there at RTM, we just got a contract finished up with them, and part of that, they're probably shouldn't say this yet because it's still in the works, but Summit Racing's building a really cool car that's going to be raced right here at our Mid-Ohio local racetrack, and they invited us to put our racing fluids in it, so we're excited about that.
Yeah.
We're going to get those in there. And actually, I just got off the phone with them. We're got an email from them an hour ago. They've got another build going on right now, which I don't even know what it was. It's like some small block Ford they're building on engine powered TV right now, and they're already in the build. But he's like, if you can get me some race oil by Tuesday, we'll throw it in. So
We'll ship it out.
I just saw it already went out the door. So thanks to all the guys at RTM. We're looking forward to working with you guys again this year. All the guys at Truck Tech we love over there. So we're looking forward to that. Yeah.
A couple other dealers. Tri-City Automotive in North Carolina. Shout out to Brandon. Show and Go Diesel Performance in Utah, and Impact Diesel Performance in Saskatoon, Canada.
You said that well.
Thanks.
Saskatoon, Canada. So Canada, Utah, North Carolina, Texas, Kansas, Missouri, New Mexico, Michigan, Ohio, all over the board.
All over.
So welcome to all their new dealers. We really are excited about how quickly our dealer network expands. Every week we're adding new places all over the country that are carrying our products. And what's unique about our independent dealers, obviously we have a big retail network, from Tractor Supply to Rural King, O'Reilly's, Napa, AutoZone, I mean, you name it.
Truck stops. Yeah.
All the truck stops out there. You can find our products, a slim to a medium-sized range of our products. What's unique about our independent dealers is they actually they're really our influencers too. They're the ones, really working closely with our customers.
Yeah.
And you got it. And they actually can pick out which products they're carrying. So some of our really unique products, they'll carry. So when we see new dealers come on, we get really excited about that because they can get some of our more unique products that you can't find at the retail shelf.
And even the brand new products.
Even the brand new, like as soon as they come out, they got them. As soon as they want them. So let's move on to our special guest.
Special guest, yeah.
Special guest. So without further ado, one of our sponsored racers who is a local racer here in Ohio was actually stopping by today, and I said, hey, we go live every Friday, and he tends to chime in and watch us. I said, you're going to hang around and go live with us and talk a little bit about it. So welcome, Josh Makarky. Hey! What's up, bud?
What's up?
Welcome, Josh. And check this out. Man showed up with a Save the Racks shirt. So shout out to Emily Moeller. With the Save the Racks campaign, we raised thousands of bucks last year. We're going to be kind of promoting that next week when we get down there to Texas. So I thought it was cool you showed up with the Save the Racks shirt.
Yeah, it was on top of the pile of shirts, and I just grabbed it. And
Perfect
I said, hey,
timing.
it's perfect.
Perfect timing. So thanks for coming by, Josh. I guess let's kind of like just go from the top. I remember we got on board with you last year.
Yep.
And it was kind of like our first year really getting into motorsports, sponsoring drivers. You're a local guy too. Well, you're an Ohio guy. I wouldn't say you're too local. You're, what, an hour and a half away?
Hour and a half.
Right.
Yeah.
So last year, so tell me, how'd you hear about us? How did that all start?
Well, it started, well, let me tell you now, they did not contact me to run their stuff. I contacted them because I loved it so much. So,
And that's usually how we do here too. I mean, to be honest, people ask us about sponsorships all the time. I get sponsorship requests through the roof all the time. I wish I could sponsor as many people as I could, but generally speaking, we look to work with people who are already big fans of the product
Mm-hmm.
and you know and have a vested interest in our product, and you were one of them. You're somebody.
I don't run anything on my car, like sticker wise, unless I believe in it.
Right.
Even if they don't, you know, give me free product or whatever, you know, I saw it and I tested it out in the wife's car. I didn't even tell her.
That's the best way to do it.
I said, I'm trying this new oil additive out, and she thought I just put it in my truck, which I did.
Right.
But I put it in hers, didn't even tell her. She called me like 3 weeks later. What'd you put in this car? I'm like, oh God, what did it do? You know, and she goes, I'm getting like 3 miles a gallon better. It's
Nice.
a brand new car, so I didn't have to run the stiction in it. But
Right.
she loved it. She goes, I gotta get me a sticker on the car and everything. And
Nice.
so I put it on the back of her car for her, and she
Well-
loves it. Every oil change, she goes, make sure you put FR3 in it.
Right. Right. And you're a mechanic, right?
Yes. Yep.
So you're kind of like in tune to that kind of stuff. When's the first time you heard of our products? Had you ever used them when you grabbed it for her car?
God, I heard it for years on like Car Fix or whatever, you know, the TV
Right.
shows, and I'm like, it's just, you know, they're just paying them to pay their, like they say, it's time to pay the bills. You
Yep.
know, they're just, you know, doing
Snake
it
oil.
because they have to.
Yep.
I'm like, you know what? They have a money back guarantee. What do I got to lose?
Right.
You know, and I'm like, well, it blows my motor up. I guess I'm gonna have to be knocking on some doors.
Well, that's good. Well, I guess we should first start with what everybody probably wants to know. What kind of race car you got?
I know, love it or hate it. It's an '85 Thunderbird.
Yeah.
Originally a turbo coupe. It was V8 swapped a while ago, and now it's got a big honking turbo back on it.
It has a big honking turbo. Levi will probably pull up some pictures there of your car. And you're a pretty mean driver. You've got
It's got a man pedal in it. It's a 5-speed.
Yeah. And I think I remember we were talking earlier. You were down here. We sponsored the local track pacemakers.
Yep.
You came down for one of our Hot Shot Secret Cash Days.
Yep.
I think it was Cash Days 2 last
Number
year.
2, yeah.
And it just so happened to be, he's going to hate it. It just so happened to be Trey Sykes, our sponsored racer with the wrap BMW, was in town right then.
Yep. Sorry, Trey.
And so I think we were getting his wrap fixed or something like that.
Yeah.
And so he's up here. Hey, why don't you come down to our local thing? And sure enough, he gets lined up against Josh.
Yep.
Was it first round?
First round.
Oh, don't remind him.
And I put him on a trailer.
He put him on the turn.
As I did almost everyone but one person that night.
Yeah, he made it to the finals, right?
Yep.
Finished
Yep.
second. And I think en route to the finals, there's somebody else you put on the trailer too, right? Aaron. He's hiding now. But our own Aaron Darnell from R&D.
Well, in his defense, the timing system messed up.
It did.
But I still had him.
We both know who won. So yeah, that's cool. And you know, it's fun for me out there. We sponsor the track, and then to actually have a few of our sponsored drivers, some of our employees and stuff all out there. And I'm happy because then one of my guys has to win when they go heads up.
Well, we were talking that night, and I said, well, God, we have so many cars out here sponsored by Hot Shots. Do you think it would be all Hot Shot final? And it was just me. Because I had to race them all.
You got to take them all out. Yeah, that's how the cards fall sometimes. So let's see. So where do you race most often, and you know what type of racing do you do? Let's cover that too.
Drag racing, obviously.
We talking index, heads up, bracket.
It's mainly been bracket, and I did some index racing at Pacemakers. I like that more than bracket racing because, you know, it's easier. It's less math.
Right.
There's so much math in bracket racing. You know, I'm not good with math. You know, I just want to run the car what it runs. You know?
Right.
I race at Norwalk or Summit Motorsports Park, 42 Pacemakers. I've been to Pittsburgh, and then down in Columbus, National Trail.
Yep.
I've been all around.
Which, by the way, good time to shout out. Not only are we sponsoring Pacemakers this year, we are just finished up a sponsorship with National Trail Raceway. Shout out to Jason Murray out there and Jay. Thanks for getting us lined up. I think we'll be announcing that soon. Cool little thing we're doing there.
Yeah.
Which, if you're watching, I just got the order in today, so we're good to go. It looks really cool. So let's get back to, we said what did you first start in the race car, in the Thunderbird? When you first started using it, was FR3 first, right?
Yeah, just FR3 with I think Royal Purple oil is before you guys even had oil,
Mhm.
you know. So I ran into that, and actually at that race at Pacemakers, first test pass, it was real hot. So I came back to after getting my time slip, and I looked down, I have like 10 psi of oil. I'm like,
That's right.
I'm like, who? You know, and I in the back of my head, I'm like, there's something really wrong. But I'm like, you know what? I came all this way, and you know,
The driver's side of you
just
said,
to quit, you know, and
Keep going.
I just said I'm gonna send it. I went 4 time trials, and then all the way to the finals. And then a couple weeks later, I was back there for one of my. I follow the UMTR series, so it's all manuals,
all sticks,
all
shift,
stick
yep.
shifts, and I went a couple rounds there, and then God, I went 3 or 4 months until
And
finally
You found out.
I found out that the block was cracked.
That's putting some work on a cracked
That-
motor.
yeah, it was because when it was cold, warming up, it had great oil pressure. As soon as it started getting warmed up after a pass, it would have nothing. So the metal was expanding, opening that crack up. But I think FR3 is what kept that motor alive. It kept kicking off the alternator belt, and I had my buddy bump it over, and I'm like, I'm just gonna watch the crankshaft. Something's going on here, and it was like an egg. And I'm like, oh, it's not good. So I said, I'm done. I'm not gonna put the rods through the oil pan and crash my car. Drove it onto the trailer, loaded it up, took it home, drove it off the trailer, pulled it in the garage and tore it apart. So it was still running.
That's nuts.
And the crank was all mangled up and everything. It was still running.
Well, we talk about wear reduction with FR3. I don't know how much we can say when your crank's looking like that, but
And it didn't break because of FR3. I'll tell you.
Right,
that.
right.
It was a small block Ford. They're prone to crack. It's just what happens when you spin them too high and too much power.
yeah.
So
Give us a little update on how the car sits right now.
it's the whole front end has literally been chopped off. It's all tubes now. It's got a Precision 76-75 turbo on the front of it.
Pretty too, like
Oh, yeah.
center mount,
Yeah,
like
right in the middle.
just
I wanted,
mean looking.
Yeah, it looks like a diamond and then a ring. You know, it's
Yep.
right there. You can't miss it. Could I put it somewhere else? Yeah, but I want everyone to see it. It's still going to be a small block Ford with a blow-through carburetor on it. I'm going for the bone stock 5.0 record.
which is
I have no clue because there's really not a lot of information out there.
right.
But from just a couple videos on YouTube, it's like 1020s.
Wow.
But they had a different set of heads. They had GT40 heads, which is a still production head, but not a production head from a Mustang.
Right.
So this is going to be 100%
A true bone stock.
true bone stock, besides a carburetor on it and aluminum intake, I guess.
Right.
But I really have no option there with that.
Right.
Being a carburetor.
So you think you're gonna get it?
It should. That car went 1160s naturally aspirated with a bone stock 302.
Well, and I will tell you this. Now you're on the adrenaline racing oil too.
Yes.
So you already know the benefits of the FR3 that you have. I think you were on a Royal Purple, right?
Yeah. Whatever I can get my hands on, I put it in there.
So what a lot of people sometimes ask us about, like a racing oil, about all our oils in general too, is it just oil? I think we heard somebody say something that we're getting our oil from somewhere. It was one of those social media comments that we're buying junk oil somewhere and
right,
putting FR3 in it. Our oil minus the FR3, our race oil, will stand up against any of the race oils out there. So we started with, and that's kind of how that whole race oil thing started, was we were talking to our drivers, our sponsor guys, and as we're improving performance with fuel additives, oil additives, all that stuff, we found that we were getting gains on adding FR3 to some of the best race oils out there. And that made us think, well, if there's still some room on the table to make gains on some of these big names, maybe we can formulate something better than what they're already doing. So that was kind of like the first, look at it. Well, let's go with a good base oil
Which I'm
first.
glad you guys did, because you can ask 10 different people what the best oil is, and you'll get 10 different answers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Valvoline, Royal Purple, Lucas, blah, 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 blah.
Absolutely.
I'm
People are
glad
very-
they came up with this, because this is the only oil I will run now, because I know it is the best. It is
Right.
the best. There can't, like you always said, you can't put anything else in there
Nope.
unless you take something out.
Right.
So that,
And you're right, people are very oil loyal.
yes.
It is.
Yes.
And everybody, and my daddy's daddy, and my daddy's daddy's daddy ran this, and it's just, and it's a tough battle for us. And oil's not really our main industry, but when we decided to get into these high performance oils like that, it really became it was discovering that we could make gains on the best stuff out there. So then we started looking at it, and I think, like we were talking about, we had who was it? We were just talking about. It was the Brad Penn oil, and we were finding out that Brad Penn, he had one of our drivers now was used to running Brad Penn, and he was running E85, and his oil just turned into jelly.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's like, well, Brad Penn, you can't do that, and we weren't really aware of it. We were trying to, and so I sent it to R&D, and I said, well, why is that? Well, it turns out, first of all, Brad Penn's a Group 2, Group 3 blend, so that's your starting point right there. And it's a long story with R&D, and there's a water issue in it with the E85. Well, he was making sure like that our stuff's safe to run E85 on, and it certainly is for anybody out there running E85.
I run E85.
You run E85. There you go. Perfect example. So getting back to how that oil's formulated, we start with a Group 4 PAO, a full Group 4 PAO. Not only that, the base oil, as we kind of publicly put out there, it's a top secret oil in the racing industry that nobody would understand the name of the maker of the base oil, but everybody in the industry, in the big industry, NASCAR, Indy 500, all these guys know this. But a lot of these teams are sponsored by Valvoline and all these big names. Well, they can't have somebody else's oil there, so this company literally will send stuff out like unmarked totes and stuff like that. So that's kind of where we started from on the base oil part of it. So it's a Group 4 PAO, which as we talked about oils in the past, one of the main benefits of that, even like in our Blue Diamond for our long haulers, is that Group 4 will not shear. It will not come out of grade. 100,000, 200,000 miles on these big rigs, you may have to bump the TBN up. You may have to, replenish an additive package, but they're not going to come out of grade at all. Well, the same thing under a severe application of a racing application. These guys, with putting all that power through it, they'll shear oil so darn quick. It's crazy, So that's kind of like how we started with a Group 4 base. And then we added, I can't give the whole kitchen up, but our secret sauces and stuff, including our FR3. And that's why, even if you pull out the FR3 out of it, we'll still beat that stuff heads up. So with it in there, I'm proud to say we get the best racing oil in the world. Yeah. I'll say it.
And I've looked up, like, trying to find PAO oil. There is none.
There's
there. You can't just go to AutoZone and go, I'd like a PAO oil.
Okay,
There's
so
No.
So the other problem with that is it's super expensive.
Oh yeah.
It's super expensive, and to be frank, we don't make any money off it. It's an expensive product. We have no margin on it. We did it to be able to put the best stuff out there, and the people that want the best of the best, that are happy to pay for it, that's great. It's not making us rich at all. No. But we hope that the other people can see what kind of gains you can get with it. We hope they go out to their Tractor Supply and grab some FR3 and put it on top of their, conventional oil. It's going to improve any type of oil you put it on.
I put that stuff in everything.
I
got it on lawnmowers, snow blowers.
Yeah, you were telling us earlier.
Air compressor. I got it in my air compressor oil for my air tools.
You're the one turning me on to that. I got it in my stuff now. Yeah, all my air tools. It's great. I think somebody asked that question a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I think so.
Is it good for air tools? And I was like, yes.
It's been working for the last like 3 months.
Yep.
So no
Just
problem.
humming. Do you get like an overspin once you're done?
I haven't really noticed that, but we get a lot of water in our lines at work. So helping with that, keep the water away and bond into that metal and everything. And
so you were telling me at your work, I know it's a little side subject, but actually our TSE has a strange relationship to FR3 in a way. But you're telling me about one of your customers at work with the transmission stiction eliminator?
So a lady came in with a transmission issue. It was slipping like crazy, and it was acting all weird. And we were like, I think you need a new transmission. And my boss is like, well, let's try some additives in there. And he's diehard Lucas guy. I'm like, hey, whoa. Let's try this stuff. We got it sitting here. Let's just dump it in there. So we did siphoned some out to replace it. And he drove it around the block. And he goes, I don't feel a difference. I think it's done. I said, well, I'll just give it some time. So we sent her. We told her, like, hey, it might take a couple days. If it don't work, then we'll refund we charge her for it, and your next oil change is free or whatever. Like you guys, if it don't work, we'll give you your money back.
Sure.
She called back a couple days later going, I don't know what you put in this, but it is a miracle. And that car is still on the road today. This is like over a year ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I always get, I think we said last time we were talking about TSC, that's one of the, like Stiction Eliminator, when somebody's running into like a major, especially the Huey guys that get like $3,000 injector bills. A transmission bill is a scary bill.
Yep.
So the people that use and find the benefit of TSC are like the happiest customers. I mean, it's like they really are thinking they need a transmission. So it was cool. I just wanted, you told me that story. I thought we'd bring that up. So you want to hang around a little bit? We're going to talk FR3.
Oh yeah, that's
It's
my favorite product.
Favorite product, right?
Like I said, I got it in everything.
Yeah.
Anything that
so
I
what do
could
you got
put
it in? Let's tell us what you got it in.
Obviously, all my cars, my lawnmower, my snowblower, which with that big snow we had a couple weeks ago or a month or however long, I noticed a difference there.
How so?
So I got halfway through the driveway, towards the end of the drive, and the thing kept bogging out, and it was taking forever because the snow was literally taller than the little. I got a little Toro or whatever, little single stage, and I'm like, I got a bottle of FR3 in the garage. So I shut it off. I wheel it back in. I don't even drain the oil. I didn't even measure. I didn't even
top her off.
I just topped it off.
That's enough.
That's enough. I didn't even know how much I put in there, but I know it was more than what they recommend. And I fired it back up, let it run a little bit, start going. I get to the deeper part, and this thing, it bogged down, but you could tell it is different.
Right.
It just kept wanting to go and go and go, and that was even thicker than what it was before.
Yeah.
So
I always feel that way with I've said with my push mower before. Too, after I put FR3 in it, normally when I hit thick grass and it wants to kind of wind down a little bit, just wants to keep eating.
Oh yeah, I got it in my rider, and actually I don't even have to have it, the throttle all the way up. I got it like 3/4, and it still just mows right through it. So it's doing something.
And your air tools, you turned me on to the air tools.
Yes, air tools.
I put it on door hinges. I put
Oh, yeah.
it on my garage door rollers. You
Yeah.
haven't tried that one?
I
That's a good one.
haven't tried that one.
Throw it on there. It's good. We don't recommend any of this at home, just for your vehicles.
This is personally just me going, what else can I put
Yeah,
this thing in? I've done it. I put it in my transfer case.
Okay, you got to tell that story. No, we don't advise this. But
Yeah, this is just me.
Chris will love to hear this because he loves like guinea pigs. Now we'll never ask anybody to start experimenting on their own vehicles.
I guinea pig on myself. So
Exactly. So tell them about this transfer case thing.
So I got like a 2011 F-150 with an EcoBoost in it and 4-wheel drive. So it's got like 160,000 miles on it. And ever since the day I got it used, I wish I discovered this stuff. It would have been saved that first motor. But ever since I got it, I put it in 4-wheel drive and it clunk, boom, it'd shake you. And you're like, ah. And then you read online, even through Ford, oh, that's normal. Okay, so this just kept going. And then one day I'm like, man, I got on that interval where, it's time. I don't know if it's ever been changed.
Right.
So I'm like, you know what? One day I just ordered, some transfer case oil, and I brought some FR3 to work. I brought my own, and I
Why not?
shoved it up in there, and that was that. So on my way home, I had to go over. There was still snow on the ground, and I had to get around this car. So I threw it in 4-wheel drive, kept going, And I get like halfway down the road, and I'm like, hold on. I made sure it was still in 4-wheel drive because it didn't clunk. It was like silent. So I'm like, so all the way home, I'm turning on and off, trying to get it to clunk. It wouldn't do it. And then I'm like, swerving, the guy probably behind me think I'm drunk.
You making sure that 4 wheels in.
Making sure it's in 4-wheel drive because, the steering wheel gets a little stiff.
Right.
And till this day, it still hasn't clunked, and it still works in 4-wheel drive.
Note R&D. Start FR3 testing on transfer cases.
Yes.
I'm serious. Let's give it a go. If we got guinea pigs out there, so again, we don't advise this at home.
No.
It's not a part of Hot Shots recommendations.
Yeah.
So thanks again for Josh for coming in. He's going to stick around, and we're going to knock out some questions, and we're going to talk a little more about FR3 today. Oh, there's James Bruce. James is always around for us.
James.
Look at all that super unicorn lube out front of the table. Absolutely. Hey, Josh Scruggs popped on, and Lynn Miller. Hey, guys. Anthony McCarrick.
That's my brother.
Ah, okay.
Hi, Anthony.
There you go. Thomas McCarrick.
Hey, that's my
The
other
whole
brother.
family's on. Awesome. So Ryan Geisford said FR3 stopped the notorious typewriter tick on my 6.7 Power Stroke. Interesting. That's notorious. Okay, R&D. We got two things
We got
for
another
you.
one.
Hey Ryan, if you're still on, let me know if that's a common thing. It's kind of like we're doing some testing on the notorious Hemi tick.
Yeah, the Hemis.
The Hemis are known to do it. If the 6.7 Power Stroke has a typewriter tick that's common and you found some gain in it, we'll take it into the lab and check it out. So we'll remember to send that to R&D. Ian Kuykendall says, put FR3 in my Cummins and it made an improvement. Yep, well, thanks for that, Ian. Josh Makarky getting a bunch of thumbs up from David LeCompte.
Oh, I know.
Allison says hi. Troy Bandman says, awesome for my 7.3. Well, yeah, the cool thing about the 7.3 too is we talked about stiction eliminator a lot. We talked about the Huey injectors. There's a little bit of stiction eliminator in FR3. Just like there's a little bit of FR3 in stiction eliminator. So you guys with the Huey injectors, especially the ones that are, knowledgeable about it and keeping those injectors clean, the oil side of those injectors clean, after we know stiction eliminators cost quite a bit more, but once you get them nice and cleaned out, FR3 is a perfect product to go to, because especially with Hueys, you got to keep that maintenance up.
Yeah.
So it's a good price point to be able to constantly keep them clean and running. Man, you got a lot of fans, Josh. Lona Renee Prince says,
That's my aunt.
oh, the whole family says, hi, Josh. You're my favorite race car driver.
Thanks.
Prince of Dustin, look, he's famous. Hey, Carmen.
Hey, Dustin was
Is that your kid? Because I don't have a kid that says, hi, Daddy, I love you.
That's my mother-in-law.
Okay.
She's babysitting right now.
Gotcha. Good. James Bruce is Lynn Miller. You must be on lunch break because I know Levon is tough on you. Actually, Levon, call me. I need to talk to you. I've been waiting for you to call me back all day. Lynn, go tell Levon to call me when I'm done here. James Bruce, I asked about the air tool because I had used it for the beard oil by accident.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
James Bruce. Thomas Bull, turbo T-birds are slow.
Oh.
Uh-oh. I think that's a call out.
No, well, get your car fixed, Tom, and then you can talk.
It's always the guy who can't even put it on the track.
He's got two cars that aren't.
Are either of them?
No.
Sounds like somebody I know.
Oh.
Come on, Tom.
But I'm not calling them out. That's true. I'll call it aired out, though.
Yeah, everyone can talk when their car's not here.
Exactly. Josh Turner, 04 Expedition 5.4, had a knock in the motor, did the second oil change since I got it from the auction. Both times I put FR3 in it, you can barely hear the knock. I have it in it everything from daily driver to race car. That's awesome, Josh.
Yeah.
Man, a knock. I mean, we talk about ticks and stuff. Knock's a little scary,
Well, I think those 5.4s are prone to timing chain. The tensioners are oil driven.
Okay.
They're hydraulic, I guess
Right.
you'd say, but they're driven off of, and they have very small passes. I meant to bring this up to you to start testing that, because a lot of those, when they collapse,
R&D.
the timing chains slap and then they jump timing, but they
So it's on the 5.4s.
on the 5.4s, and I think some of the 4.6s. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me if I'm wrong.
Oh, good.
But I know
Look
the
into it.
5.4s because we've had a couple in the shop, and they
Good to know. Well,
they go
obviously, it seemed to work well for Josh there. And that's what we do. We are a problem-solving company, so
Yeah.
there's nothing that gets Chris more excited than... I know it's bad for people when you see a problem, but as soon... and every car can have a problem, but, especially when we hear the notorious problem, and it's like, wait, so more than one person's seen this
the
problem?
5.4s are big for those.
Well, there we go. So that's what we'll do. So we'll take a look at it. Thanks for your comment, Josh. Rick Acosta just ordered some the other day. Great, Rick. Get back to us. Let us know how you feel about it. So here's Ryan again. The typewriter tick usually happens after an oil change. Google typewriter tick 6.7 Power Stroke. Ford says it's normal.
They also said my transfer case bunking was normal.
Normal.
Too.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just say we've sold a lot of product over the years that fix normal problems.
Right.
So
yeah.
the manufacturer wants to call a lot of things normal to avoid warranty kind of work and stuff like that. We want to actually fix problems,
And prevent them.
and prevent them.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
And I mean, in all honesty, that's how this company was born. on the back of stiction eliminator when Ford had the Huey injector problem, and Ford didn't want to cover the the warranties on it, and it came to a big issue with International and the motor builder and all that stuff, and who's going to cover all these warranties? Well, they couldn't figure out a fix. Well, Chris did, and to this day we're still out there.
Which I found out in his backyard in a barn or something.
You got to, yeah. I mean, Levi, silent Levi back there. He's been around. Almost your 10th anniversary now, right, Levi?
Correct.
He said something.
Oh,
He said something.
they just had his 9.
What's your what employee number are you, Levi?
Probably 2.
Yeah, technically 2.
I called it.
After Chris.
Currently.
So that's how long Levi's been
Wow.
around. So Levi remembers the days of him back there in a pole barn, blending himself.
Yeah.
And I just took you on a little tour.
Yeah, I just found out that he started in a barn.
Yeah. And now
But I
it's
guess
a little-
you can't start here, and
Right.
it's got to start somewhere.
Yep. But even then, like I said, he was solving a problem.
Yeah.
So it's so I'm sorry that you guys are having these problems with your trucks. We get excited that we're writing them down and we're going to give them to R&D. So hopefully we can get some fixes for you too. Logan Cavender says, "Hey fellas, missed last week's live feed on the gasser kit, but wanted to pop in and say, hey, wearing my Hot Shot shirt while working, recommending your stuff to people that have asked me about it." Awesome. Thanks,
Nice.
Logan.
Yeah.
Brian Gorris just became a Hot Shot dealer today. Awesome, Brian. What,
Yeah, there we go.
Post back up. Let us know who your company is, who you're with. We might have given you a shout out earlier.
Maybe.
I'm not really sure.
Let us know, Brian.
But thanks, Brian. Glad to have you aboard. David Sanders, FR3 and the differential now. We'll see if it quiets the Mopar whine. I know David. So David's got a 392 Scat, I think, right, David? And they are known to have these whiny rear ends. They really whine. So we'll see if that FR3 does it.
That's actually the one place I have not put FR3 yet. Just
In the
because-
diffs?
Yeah, I haven't tried it. Or I want to.
You got
I
our
just
gear
haven't
oil?
had time.
You got our gear oil?
No, I don't.
Well, maybe I can help you out with that.
All right, cool.
Because our new Adrenaline Racing gear oil
I saw that. Yeah.
got infused
Well,
with
see, I'm a
FR3.
manual, so actually I can put that stuff in my transmission too.
We don't advise that.
It's a race transmission, so it's nothing but gears, no synchros.
Right.
It's don't.
I see Chris Tudor pop on. How you doing, Chris? So you will do that at your own
Hey,
accord.
you know what? What do I got to lose?
But yeah, we'll get you some of our new Adrenaline gear oil. We just released that. We launched it at PRI this year, and it just came out, and we had some good experience with it already. A tutor says I put that in as differential. I bet you did, Chris. So Logan Counter Triton 4.6 and 5.4 tensions are oil fed on them,
Yep.
and the cam phasers as well. Well,
Yep.
that explains it.
That I watched a YouTube video a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, you say 5.4, and first thing that pops up is spark plugs that break off in the head, and the timing chains. And some guy, he took one apart and he goes, look at all these oil passages, and that's what keeps them tight. Because I guess.
Well, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's got to have been on our radar. If not, it is now.
It is.
It is. So we'll work on that follow up. So man, time flies when you have a guest, huh? So we didn't really even got into okay. So let's get a real run through on the FR3.
Be
Since
quick.
we were ready to do a deep dive.
We
We're gonna do a soft
Sorry,
dive.
guys.
No, it's cool. We're glad to have you.
Yeah.
Glad to have you. Hey, I'd rather talk to someone every week than talk about our products. They can ask questions about it. We at least got through the questions right here. So let's see. So FR3. First of all, gas and diesel.
Doesn't matter.
Anything.
Lawnmowers, generators. I mean, you name it.
Yeah.
Motor, good for
Even
it.
hydraulic systems.
Hydraulic system, perfect
Yes.
for it. So 1.5 ounces per quart of oil is the dosage. We recommend it every single oil change. No reason not to put it in there. It's price effective for the doses that you're on. We've kind of went through the applications.
And on the treatment, for all these one-offs, like your air tools, things like that.
Oh, it's like a 50-50, which I think is a little too much.
Here he goes again.
No,
5%.
that's what I do. That's what I
say
do.
5%.
That's what I do. I'm like Trey, with the EDT, just.
Okay, I'll say this much. On applications that we haven't done like thorough testing for, I guess we don't know what the correct dosage is. But everything that we've tested so far generally comes in that there's a point of diminishing returns, and it's usually at about 5%. So we always talk about if a little's good, a lot must be great. we
No,
don't
it's
formulate
not,
that
no.
way.
It just
So you're welcome to do that because all
Yeah.
it means is you got to come back and buy more
buy
quicker.
more. Yeah, yeah.
So we can complain about that. But in reality, 5% is usually you're going to get the max benefit out of that. After that, you're just kind of pouring money out of your wallet.
Right.
Except when he does his 50% dosage on
Hey,
random machines.
Let me say, it's a little strong because when it goes through the gun, it smells like FR3.
Right.
And sometimes your hand will be over it and your hand will be covered in FR3, but hey,
I like the smell of FR3 though.
it's actually not that bad.
I enjoy it. It's better than the EDT and diesel
Yeah,
extreme.
that's for sure.
Yeah.
So Eric, give us the benefits. What are we going to get out of some FR3?
Horsepower, of course, 5%, up to 5%. You got your fuel economy. We talked about smoothing out some idles, covering up those ticks, fixing those
Yep.
ticks and knocks, vibrations. Operating temperature is going to lower your operating temperature, reduce emissions. Those are kind of your main points.
Yep. And people always, and the number one thing people will ask certainly is, oh, I'm really going to give 5% horsepower and this stuff. We back it up with science. We have all the dyno sheets to prove it.
we do.
We've done all the testing. And we've seen it from everything from 300 horsepower vehicles to 1,300 horsepower vehicles and above. We generally hold around that range of 3 to 5% horsepower gain on it. I mean, we have a white paper. It's online. I'm pretty sure it's probably online, Levi, right?
Yep.
And it's, of course, with our friends down there at Fire Punk Diesel, we went down there and did a direct. We actually took a competitor of this
Yeah,
to measure
we did.
against it. And the way we do it is we do 5 dyno pulls, take an average of those dyno results, pour the FR3 in, let it idle for
About 30 minutes.
30 minutes,
Yeah.
and then we do 5 dyno pulls and take the average of that. So you're talking apples to apples on the same
Which
vehicle.
I was in Summit Racing, a couple months ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw your competitor. That stuff is expensive. They want $35 for that much.
Yep. We
I'm
actually,
like, that is crazy.
we actually have a cost comparison of that too.
Yeah.
Like the cost per use. I mean, we're hundreds of dollars cheaper
Yeah.
per year. So,
Yeah. And you're not even getting the maximum. If it beat that, then okay. Is it worth that extra?
Well,
how
Right,
much?
didn't even come close.
But it didn't. It didn't even beat FR3.
in this test right here. That's the one we
Yeah.
used. We'll call it competitor X. Just saying.
Yeah.
And so, let's see. They got this was a Fire Punk doing the tuning too. So
Yes.
they did it on the increased performance tuning and a stock tune. Stock tune, competitor went 349 to 353, picked up 4 horsepower. On the performance tune, they went 428 to 430, only picked up 1.86.
And you had to spend triple the price.
Right. So then when they ran on the FR3, it went from 331 to 346. It was a 15 horsepower increase.
That was on the stock.
Stock tune.
Yeah.
Performance tune was 460 and went to 478, a 17 horsepower increase. So people have a hard time believing it. We got video of this. We have documentation of this. We have third party of this. We've done this countless times.
And it's funny, Josh, Kyle, you both are racers. You know how expensive it is to get horsepower.
like-
Oh, and we talk about and they'll say, oh, polished ported heads, and you're going to pick
Yeah.
up 30 horsepower,
Yeah.
this, that. And then we just say, just put
just
all this,
take a little
17
bit.
horsepower. I was
Take
like,
a
yeah,
little bit.
whatever.
Well, like people say, well, I didn't see the gas mileage increase or something like that. And yeah, you guys can do it in a controlled environment, but this is going to make your motor last so much
Right.
longer.
And that's where,
That's
like,
it.
I get excited about the horsepower gains because
Yeah. I do too. I do too.
Chris, what he really gets excited about, and really what I tell everybody is the protection you're getting out of
Oh,
it.
yeah.
It's 42%
Yeah.
wear protection. So to get into that little nerd, just kind of real quick little kind of overview, we have a patented nanocarbon in there. So it's these microscopic little nanocarbon balls that are going to find any type of voids in your metals, any machine surface on a brand new motor or an older motor that's got some wear, and it's going to find those little nooks and crannies and fill them in so you have a flat film layer basis. The nanocarbons come down on top of that, or the nano lubricant comes down on top of that. That brings your wear down by 42% proven. And we have testing on that it's the SCAR testing. What's it
Yeah,
called?
the
DX. Well, I forget the numbers.
HFRR,
No.
ASTM 133.
ASTM. There you go. Well, I'm sure it's online, whatever the name of the test is. But we have proven 42% wear protection on it. So that is going to bring your heat down. It's going to bring your wear down. It's going to bring your heat down. It's going to allow you to make more power. And I think something I mentioned last week too. Another cool thing that we found is the nanocarbons. We have the only patent that allows the nanocarbons to stay suspended in the oil rather than falling out of solution. And those little carbon balls inside the oil, actually we found that they actually suck up the heat. They will pull heat from the oil. So not only are we reducing the friction and getting the heat down,
Yeah.
but just the natural
Now-
heat in
yep.
the oil as it warms, we're sucking it out of the oil itself. So it's some really crazy technology that we have packed in the stuff, but it's awesome stuff.
Yeah, incredible.
Yep. So, and we'll talk about, I really want to kind of jump into the film strength, because that's the crazy part that we're also
Yeah,
finding too,
yeah.
is the film strength. And what happens with that, we're increasing the film strength. It's going to seal those rings more. So even on a race car, it's going to have a little bit of blow by. I mean, just there's so
you
much.
got to open those ring gaps up.
Right. And so we'll find even on that application, you start running FR3, and just the film strength alone will help seal those rings. That is where you're getting the horsepower.
Yeah.
So when people say, how does an oil additive give you horsepower? Well, we're increasing the film strength of it. The film strength allows those rings to sit nice on those cylinders. And it's not, I'd almost say, it's not that you're gaining horsepower, you're recovering lost horsepower.
It was there, and it's going to be, you're getting it back.
Exactly. You're getting the maximum out of your motor. So we're not pulling horsepower out of the sky. You were losing some in blow by.
Oh, yeah.
And now we're sealing you up a lot better to get the maximum horsepower out of the motor. A lot of that comes from the film strength too. So we've got white papers on this. Go online, check out our website. We've got great customer service here. All the account execs, feel free to call in if you have any questions about this stuff. They'd love to go over the science with you. Which we were planning on doing a little bit deeper, but man, we fly by with Josh here. So let me see if we got any more things that popped up. FR3 smells good but tastes bad.
I have not tasted it.
Yeah, don't do that.
Chris, you gotta explain to me why you're tasting that stuff, man. I hope it was on accident. Matt Kokal is watching. He's one of our sponsored racers here as well. How you doing, Matt? Sweet tart smell FR3. Ryan Geisford, found a technician service bulletin on your website about the 6.7 tick. Oh, imagine that on our website. So I'm sure we're already on it. Josh Turner, I picked up 2/10 in the quarter mile just by putting FR3 in the oil, and I run full synthetic oil Mobil 1 2050. I'm completely sold on this stuff. Perfect example.
It works.
Josh, yeah, it
works.
It works. And guess what? If it doesn't, you get your money back.
Yeah.
So,
You have nothing to lose and everything to gain.
and this is what we tell everybody. All these oil loyal guys, I get it. I actually personally run Mobil 1 040 in one of my cars until now.
Yeah, not anymore.
Not anymore. But I really didn't want to switch off of it because it's my race build that I cherish, and I don't want to mess with things and stuff. And went ahead. If you're going to try something, if you're going to try to see if we can improve upon your oil, that's the way I look at it. If you're happy with your oil, fine. Let's see if this can improve the oil you have. And I know you're going to find it will. And then once you find it improves your oil, well, then think about what we can do with your base oil. And that's usually what happens. We have guys that say, hey, I'm running this Mobil 2050. I'm happy
And
with
it's worked
it.
for years. And
And it's worked fine, so I got no
And you
complaints.
probably got a lot of money wrapped up in that motor.
Sure, so you trust what you've been using.
Yep.
I get it. And, like Josh said, he put some FR3 in his Mobil that he's been running and picked up 2/10.
Yeah.
2/10
That's
costs a lot of money
Yes.
in quarter mile time.
Yes, that is.
If you want to shave 2/10 off your quarter mile time, to do it that cheap is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're talking, you beat that car instead. You beat them by that much.
yep.
That's like 2/10. That adds up.
So thanks for your comment, Josh. I recommend to you, Josh, go ahead and give some of our adrenaline race oil a try. I think you'll, and we have a 2050. We have that weight for you. And basically what you'll be doing then is you're still going to have the FR3 in your race oil, but now you can compare your Mobil 1 base versus our adrenaline base and see what kind of change in there. And I do know the Mobil 1 2050, it's a synthetic, it's a Group 3. So it's not a pure Group 4. So I think you'll see some benefits there too. So maybe we'll get to pick up another couple tenths hopefully.
It's worth the money.
All right, so Christopher says accident, had to suck it up in the tube and blow 1.5 ounces into the diff. Oh, so that's how you got to drink some FR3. I recommend the diff pump rather than siphoning.
I think Harbor Freight's got them. Sometimes you get them for free.
Yeah, they're the free coupon.
Yeah, the free coupon or 20% off.
Exactly. Chris is a good friend of mine. That's funny. Logan Cavender, going to run some FR3 in my Harley at the next oil change for engine. primary and some in the transmission for my bagger. It works great in any gas engine I've used by far. I'm waiting for some gasoline weight oils coming from y'all as well. Well, first of all, Logan, thanks for the comments. We've done some FR3 testing on Harleys in particular.
We have a white paper just like this.
Just like that. It's on our website. If you go there, you check out our science papers. We picked up some horsepower on it, and I believe they did some transmission stuff with it too, right? Or am I thinking of a different test?
I think you're thinking of the Saab.
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
But we get a lot of good feedback with Harleys in particular. I don't know why. I don't know if it's just that there's so much of the market, but motorcycles in general. We don't have enough time in the day to market to all of these audiences, which we know we have great success with. But Harleys in particular, we saw some great gains. So, Logan, get back to us after you put the FR3 in the Harley. Let us know how it went. We're really like to hear your feedback on that. As far as gasoline weight oils, so I'll probably Chris will get back next week. Ask him next week. But really, the challenge with gasoline oils, in short. Diesel motor oils are much better oil than gasoline motor oils. We can have a lot more robust additive package in a diesel application as you can in a gas due to the catalytic converters of a gas vehicle. So you just can't make that great of a gas oil, if you will. So that's why additives are really important on the gas side, and that's why like you said, you've seen such a good gain in adding these additives to your gas oil. Will we ever develop it? I didn't think we'd ever develop a lot of the stuff in the first place, but
Never know.
You never know. You can always chop your cats off, make it a race car through our adrenaline race oil, because of course our adrenaline race oil is good for gas, alcohol, diesel, jet fuel, you name it. We can run that. So stage 3 592 canned 103. Oh, nice. Okay, Logan, you got to report back to us. Throw that in the Harley and let us know. That's a nice ride you got there. So, any other questions? Thanks a lot for coming, Josh. Is there anything you wanted to say to the Hot Shots world before you go?
It works.
It works. We appreciate it.
And they're not paying me or anything to say that. I came to them and I said, "This is a great product. I'd like to have you on the side of my race car."
Yep.
I didn't even want anything. Just give me some stickers or something like that. And next thing you know, I got a whole package came in the mail.
Yep. Well, we appreciate you guys too. We appreciate the guys. Like I said, there's a lot of people that want sponsorships and free product and that type of stuff. And since motorsports isn't, we're not the type of company that's a huge motorsports company. We don't have a big budget for that type of stuff. But the guys that are really passionate about our products, I love to support. So that's and the local guys too. You're an Ohio guy, so I'm really happy to support you. And I know you speak real highly of our company. We appreciate that, and we wish you the best of luck this season. When's your next race?
I don't even know. The car's not even running yet.
So you got to call out the guy who's already calling you out.
But hey, I ripped the whole front off of my car, and I got it takes, and it's cold out there. I don't have a heated garage.
I know.
I got a tiny little garage. It's the car barely fits in there, but I work with what I have. I did all my tubing and everything for the turbo myself.
Ooh,
with a
there's
sawzall.
Nothing worse than turbo plumbing, I've heard.
Oh no, it's horrible. It's horrible. If I could do it again, I'd go out and buy all the right tools.
Yep. Live and learn.
Yeah.
Live and learn. But you'll be ready to go for this year, right?
I should be. Yeah.
All right.
I gotta be.
You gonna make it down to Pacemakers for Cash Days?
Oh yeah.
I think Rod scheduled 7 of them this year, so we got quite a few.
I'm gonna try making them all.
Cool.
So I got a lot of tuning. This is my first full-blown turbo car. I got a lot to learn.
Well, you'd have to learn how to launch. I'll tell you, I've personally learned a lot just being in diesel motorsports the last few years with the way these guys launch these turbos. It's nuts.
Yeah.
So it's a whole new ball game.
Yeah.
And the light game you're going to play.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because people are going to know you got that turbo.
Yep.
They're going to be messing with you.
Yep.
So we'll be watching for you, Josh. We actually, thanks to Carmen and Levi, we got a big website build coming. New motorsports section on there. We're gonna try to feature you guys this year, so people could follow up with you guys.
Yeah.
You want to give a shout out to your social media feed so people can keep their eye on you?
I really don't have any.
Yes, you do. I know what they are. You want me to shout them out?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, it was
JMac306 on Instagram.
there you go.
You can follow me there, and then just Josh McCarrick on Facebook.
Yep.
But and then we all actually I forgot. We have a special page that my buddy Matt runs. Thunderbird, I think it's Race Team. Thunderbird. Oh, jeez, I'll figure it out. But
We'll look it up.
yeah.
If you're wrong, we'll post it.
I think it's Thunderbird Drag Team. I can't remember. It was made so long ago. We're just now It's been.
Well, now you get the big turbo on there. You got to get that up
I
to date.
know. I got so many likes. Normally we don't get it in one, and then you put a big turbo on there, and everyone's like, "Whoa!"
Imagine that.
Yeah.
So cool. So we're gonna watch for you, Josh. We wish you the best this year. We're here to support you. Thanks for being a good member of the Hot Shot Secret Motorsports team.
They're like a family here. Like, at least what they, when I was walking through,
Yeah,
the
we
tour,
are.
they act like they like each other.
We
but-
do. We do for the most part.
And, he's a big help, and it seems like everyone here is here to help anyone that walks through the door or calls or anything.
Yeah, that's true. It really is. We're proud to.
You're not just some big company that, oh well.
Like we say, we're welcome. Anybody who's ever coming up 71 through Ohio, stop by. We're right off the exit. We'll give you a tour, introduce you to everybody. We'd love to have you guys stop by. So, anything out of you? Oh, we gotta give some product away.
Yeah, free product.
All right, Josh, you gotta pick out some people.
Jeez.
Pick me out 3 people off that list there. We're gonna give out some FR3.
Well, I can't give it to any of my family members, so that's going to eliminate half the people here.
All right.
I don't even know.
James Bruce's band.
He's bad. I was about to pick him, but I guess he's bad.
He gets one every week.
Okay, then not him. Oh, jeez. Why am I in charge? Why don't you pick one?
All right.
How about
How about Josh Turner?
Yeah.
He
I
shaved.
like that name.
He shaved 0.2 of a second off. So go Josh Turner. I think Ryan Geisford's due. He's usually on here quite a bit. And
This is the guy with the
Logan Cavender. He's running that Harley.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So Logan and
What about the guy with the 6.7 tick? Did he say he already had some?
yeah, where
or-
is he at?
Did he say he had some or he...
Oh, that was Ryan.
Oh, okay.
That was Ryan. Yep. And Chris Tudor. How about Chris Tudor? So you guys give us a private message. Give us your email, or I'm sorry, your shipping address. We'll get you some FR3 out to you so you can try that. We'd love for you to report back. Let us know how it goes. All you guys that gave us some problems to chase down today, we will follow up with that stuff. We'll send that to R&D. They love problems, so we'll look into it. And anything else from you?
Just thanks again to Josh.
Yeah, thanks,
Oh, my.
Josh. You made
Thanks
this
for
fun.
having-
We
Yeah.
we love it.
Yeah.
We love it.
I'm sorry to all my family members and friends that I didn't pick you, but that would be showing favor. So if you really want some, just come talk. They already got some.
Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to talk before you go. We're going to talk about this new ambassador program.
Okay.
I think
Which
you're really
I
going
can't
to
wait.
like, and I think it's a way that you can help out the friends and family there with the product. How about that?
Cool. There you guys go.
There you go. We'll take care of you. So until next Friday, thanks to Josh for stopping by, and thanks to everybody who chimed in and asked questions. And we will have again next Friday. We're going to be out in Texas and Florida, so maybe we'll be going a little live from here with Chris back. Maybe a live down to Florida, live to Texas. We'll see how it goes. Until then, have a great weekend. We'll see everybody next week.
See you guys.